Hello. Okay, guys, we are live. So, hello everyone, this is me, Viraj, aka Harshal Jain, and in the last session, we basically built this progress bar. Okay, this progress bar was built. Today, we are going to build the cart table. That means the data which is stored in a cart. You can see that we are able to see this data. We are able to manipulate these values via this quantity, and you can see that everything is real time. So we'll be doing this and we'll be completing this page. And if I get time, we'll be also completing the next sections. Okay, so I hope we are on the same page, and if you haven't watched previous videos, you can check out the playlist of React.js projects recently uploaded in this channel, Geeks for Geeks development channel. Okay, so you'll find all the previous videos. And if you want the source code, you can visit my GitHub profile, github.com/virajj014. And here you can see that in the repository section, you'll find fit grocery. Okay, so fit grocery, and you can just mark it as a star. And one more thing, like if you don't find this repository, you can search the name here. All right, so the source code till yesterday is available here. Today's source code, I'll be uploading it in a while. Okay, so now what I'll do is, okay, so first of all, we'll be starting the code. Okay, so I guess. Okay, so this was our project. Okay, this was our project, and we need to focus on the card section. Okay, card section. So here you can see that these were basically the card buttons. Okay, these were basically the card buttons. So I'll be just closing them now, and I guess okay, these were the card buttons actually, and I'll be closing them for now so that we get some space. Okay, so basically they start from here. Okay, cart, buttons. Okay, cart buttons, and I guess let it be, we can let it be. And then here you can see that active equals 1, active equals 2, active equals 3, active equals 4. So active equals 1 shows the card container text. Okay, that means in last video we simply did was active equals 1 is showing card container text, active equals 2 is showing shipping container text, and so on. Okay, so basically we'll be focusing on this container, this whole container. Okay, this was some temporary text which we have shown in the last video, but right now we'll be building the UI for it. Okay, so in the card container, basically you can see that in last video we stored the card data using set card data. Basically the card data was coming like this. Okay, let me just show you. We had built this complete logic yesterday. So I'll be showing you in the console. So here you can see that in the cart, I have one item with quantity 5. So let me just increase. Okay, sorry guys, I'll also need to open the source code. I haven't opened it till now. All right. Okay, so I guess it's already opened by me. I guess a few minutes ago before starting the live session, I was playing a bit for in my final source code. Sorry, in today's source code. So I'll just open it. Okay, localhost 3000, localhost 3001. Okay, this is our yesterday's code. This is our yesterday's code. 3001 is our yesterday's code, and 3000 is our final code. Okay, it's our final code. So don't get confused. 3001 is our yesterday's code, which we'll be working on today. Okay, so here you can see in the card section, we have 8 items. And what I'll do is I'll be just opening it in inspect menu, and in the console section, you'll get the array. Okay, here you can see that the first is having quantity 3 and second is having quantity 5, and first is the product ID 1 and the second one is having the product ID 2. So there are two different kind of products. Overall there are 8 products. Okay, like quantity, if we take the quantity, there are overall 8 products. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will show this. Basically I have stored this card data inside this variable. You can see that this is our hook, card data hook. Okay, so this is our variable, card data variable. Wherever we call it, that will be giving us the data. Okay, so card data is basically a variable and an array. Okay, so I'll be calling it here. Okay, so I'll say that do one thing, card data dot, if card data dot length is greater than 0, if the length is greater than 0, then I will be creating a table here. Okay, table. Okay, table. So I'll be creating a table, and here we can give it a class name of cart table. Okay, card table. And if card dot data dot length is not greater than 0, that means it's empty. Then what I'll say is I'll say that your cart is empty. Your cart is empty. So I'll be creating a division of class name empty cart, and I'll just close it. Okay. So if nothing is available in the cart, I'll be saying that your cart is empty. Okay. So right now, I guess it won't be showing that text because what happened? Okay, right now it won't be showing that text because we had a few items in the cart. Okay, so basically it will follow up this logic. But after this, we actually wanted to show one more thing. Okay, I'll show things inside table. Okay, don't worry about that. So in table, first of all, we need to create a heading. Okay, we need to create a heading, T head. Okay, so I'll just make it something like this. And inside this, we want the first row, so TR. Okay, so this is the TR first row. Okay, and it will have TH of product. The second one will be the quantity. Okay, I'll be showing the quantity after this. Okay, so quantity. Okay, then we'll be showing the price. So this will be the price label, and then this will be the total label. And I guess we can actually add some remove label also to remove the item. Okay, so these were the t heads, and let's see that if it shows or not. Yeah, you can see that we have the t heads here, and then similarly we need the body. Okay, we need the body, so I'll say tbody, T body. Okay, T body. So first of all, we'll be having some body here. Okay, so some body will be shown. Some body will be shown here by showing the card data. After this, we'll be getting the overall total. Okay, so overall total is what? Overall total is basically, I'll say that my total will be in a TD. Okay, TD will have a total container total. Okay, and then inside this we'll be showing, actually it will be subtotal, I'm sorry, it will be sub total. Okay, subtotal. And I'll just pass the value of what, the value which I used to store the subtotal. Okay, so sub total. Where is this subtotal coming from? Where is this subtotal coming from? It's coming from here. You can see that when we, in last video, when we calculated, we got the card data, we also calculated the subtotal. So I have stored subtotal inside this, shipping inside this, tax inside this, so I can get it very easily. Okay, so TD with subtotal, and I guess it's looking, I actually wanted this to be in right side. Okay, in right side. So what I can do is, uh, okay, we'll see that later on. Similarly, I'll do one more thing. If subtotal is maximum, it must have maximum of 2 digits. Okay, after decimal. Okay, so I've just made it 2 fix 2. Okay, so after decimal, it will have maximum of 2 decimal points. Okay, similarly, I'll just copy this and I can paste it. And let's say that we are showing shipping here. Shipping. Okay, shipping charges. And again, I can show the shipping charges, so it's in shipping variable, which we have said whenever we got the data from cart. And then we need to show what? We need to show the total after shipping. Okay, total after shipping. Okay, so total after shipping will be what? Shipping plus subtotal. Okay, so I'll be saying that shipping plus subtotal, and I'll be making it, okay, what happened here is, okay, I'll be making it up to 2 decimal points. So once they get added, they will be up to 2 decimal points. Okay, so this will be the total. Then we need to show the tax. Okay, we need to show the tax. So I'll be showing the tax. So for tax, we'll be creating a field named as tax. Okay, tax, tax. Okay, and inside this we can simply show the tax. here, okay, whatever the tax is, and then we need to show the net total, okay, net total. Okay, so this will be the net total. Net total will be basically what? Tax plus subtotal plus shipping. Okay, that's it. So what I'll do is simply tax plus subtotal plus shipping, and it will be converted to up to 2 decimal points. Okay, so you can see that it's fine, and I'll be able to see my total subtotal here because I have calculated these data when I loaded data from cart. Okay, so this data is perfectly fine, but we need to show cart items also. Okay, so cart items will be basically shown. But yeah, one more thing. I actually wanted to give them some classes. Okay, so I'll be giving this upper one as left. Okay, as table, total table left, total table left, total table left, and total table left, and similarly the bottom one will be total table right. Okay, we must be using this styling in the CSS part, that's why. So total table right, again total table right, again total table right, and then total table right, and then total table right. Okay, so you can see that I've given them the classes. Okay, I hope you got this. And one more thing, actually will I actually want this subtotal shipping starting from this total section, this price and total section. Okay, so for that I'll be introducing two TD. Okay, two TD tags. Okay, so I'll be creating a TD tag, and it is close. Okay, so again just copy this and paste it here, and again I'll just copy these, and I will paste them above this, and similarly above this, and similarly above this, and similarly above this. Okay, so I have pasted them above them, and I'll just close these so that we get some space. Okay, so I hope you got this. And basically I actually shifted them towards the below the price. Okay, so you can see that two fields are empty, and after that it started. Okay, that's why I passed it. Okay, so I hope you got this, and then you can see that I left this empty. So here we'll be showing the card data. Okay, so we'll be simply saying that card data dot map. Suppose there are two items. Okay, two items having some quantity. Okay, so I'll say card data dot map. Inside this I'll say my item will come here. Okay, right now we have two items, so two items will come here, and I'll be just closing it. Okay, and then just close these. Okay, so I hope what did we do here is I actually wanted to start bracket here. Okay, fine. Now it's fine. So I'll say that return. Okay, inside return, we'll be returning a row. Okay, a row. So what will be the row? It will be basically returning the product name, the quantity, the price, the total, and remove button. Okay, so I'll say that my tr my tr will be having a key of index. Okay, so key must be provided because we are mapping, so key of index. And then I can also give it a class name of, suppose, crt item row. Okay, cart item row, and this is the class item cart item row, and this is the class name. So inside this, our first td will be what? Our first td will be basically the card product. Okay, card product. So I'll say my card product will be basically having the image. Okay, first it will be having an image. What I'm trying to say is, just look here, you can see that my product section will, the first td has what? Image and the product name. So similarly I'll be showing the image and the product name. Okay, so how can we do that? We can show the image here, and we can call the src here, and the source of that will be simply, in the last video we covered that. Okay, so the item dot product data. Okay, so if you can observe the, if you can observe this. Okay, I hope I have given this. If you can observe the product data here, you can see, suppose if I take the 0th one, you can see first we need to target the product data. Okay, first we need to target the product data inside the item, so we have targeted that. Now inside this we need to target one more. Here you can see that we have product image. Okay, so just need to target that. Inside this we don't need to show all images, we just need to show the first image. Okay, so that the user gets some idea what's inside my cart. Okay, so this is the first image. And by the way, this static part is actually coming from React. Just React just creates a static part, a path whenever we create images or transfer images from one page to another. So don't worry about this path. Okay, so this is a good path. And basically in the static folder of your, I guess in public, it's stored somewhere. Okay, let's not look into that. I don't know where this image is stored right now, so we'll look into that later on. But yeah, React just creates a static path for transferring files. Okay, so don't worry about that. But yeah, usually your data will be in HTTPS, some image link. Okay, so that will be kind of data. So don't worry about that. Paths can be anything. Okay, so here I want to target the zeroth and image. Okay, so I'll say that target the zeroth inside this. Okay, I'm sorry, dot product image inside this zeroth object dot image. Okay, so that's it. That's how we will be targeting this. And I can do one thing. I can give it an alternate text of, okay, the product name will be alternate text, and let's close it. Okay, let's close it. So now you can see that the product name is the alternative text, and similarly we need to show the product name. So I'll be just creating a p tag, and it will be basically showing the product name. Okay, so product name is basically only this. So I'll be just copying this and showing it here. Okay, so I'll just save it, and let's see what happened here is, you can see that I got the image, I got product one, I got the image, I got product two. So you can see that yeah, it's working fine. Okay, so after this, this was the first one, right? So one more thing, if I click on this, I actually want the product page. Okay, if I click on this product, I actually want its product page. I want it to open its product page. Okay, so that user can watch it again and make changes. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just say that guys, do one thing. I'll just cut this one now, and I'll just give it a division of class name of CART card product. Okay, inside this we'll do things. Okay, so card product, and now inside this I'll say, if I click on this, on click, okay, so I'll simply say window dot location dot reload, window dot location, and I mean not reload, I can simply pass the product ID here. Okay, I guess the product ID will work, so I'll pass the product ID, so it will simply call that page. Okay, so let's save it, and if I click on this, it will take me to the product page. Okay, so you can see that it's working fine, if I go to the cart and if I click on this one, it will take me to the product page with ID 2. Okay, don't worry about the images, we have put some static images due to the limitation of backend. Okay, don't worry about that. But yeah, this is working pretty fine. And you can see we are able to go to that page with the dynamic URL. Okay, so now after this, we need to style it a bit. So let's just close it for a while. Let's just close this first TD for a while. Now we'll be focusing on the second TD. Second TD. So second TD will be actually having our quantity. Okay, so it will be having a quantity. So first of all, create second TD, and then we can give it a class name of quantity. Okay, quantity. So it will be quantity. Okay, inside this we'll be having three buttons, plus, minus, and also we'll be actually having the two buttons, minus and plus, and we also have the text. Okay, quantity text. Okay, so let's say that this is the button, and I will say that this button will be having a class name of minus. Okay, let's close this, and it will actually having this minus text. Okay, similarly, we will be having a span tag. Which will actually be having, right now we'll be having the item dot quanti quantity. Okay, so when I click minus, this quantity will be subtracted from the cart. Okay, one by subtracted by one. Okay, similarly we'll having the plus button. Okay, we'll be having the plus button. So let's see that if it's fine or not. So here you can see that we have quantity, but it's not working. So how it will work. So I'll say that if somebody clicks on click if somebody clicks on this, okay, if somebody clicks on this, I'll say that let I want to change the card data. So I'll say new card data is actually having the value of old card data right now. Okay, and then I'll say that if new card data, okay, so new card data, and we actually want to change the quantity of that particular index. So I'll say that dot index, okay, it's index dot quantity. If the particular product's quantity is greater than 1, then decrease it by 1. Okay, if it's 1, then it can't become 0. That's why I have chosen this as greater than 1. Okay, so I'll say that yes, I'll say that new card data index quantity equals minus equals 1. That means that if it was 2, now it will become 1. But if it was 1, this won't work. Okay, this won't decrease the quantity after 1. So yeah, if it was 2, so it will check, yeah, it is greater than 1. So quantity will now become product. Suppose it was product 1. So product 1 quantity will now become 1 if it was 2. If it was 5, now it will become 4. Okay, so minus 1 depicts that. Then we have also set the card data, and we can also set the local storage item, and I'll pass the cart. Okay, so this is the cart variable. It will have the new cart data. Okay, that's it. And then after this, we also need to get cart data. So we'll simply call that function get cart items from local storage so that we get real-time changes. Okay, so now after this, similarly, we need to do the similar task. Okay, so I'll be saying if somebody clicks on this. Okay, somebody clicks on this. Do one thing, do simply just copy this and just paste it here. Okay, again, I'll say that the increase the quantity by 1, there is no limit. But if you want some limit, then definitely you can. But right now, I'll just do it something like this. Okay, so here you can see that if I click on plus, it became 4. If I click on plus, it became 5, 6. If I click on minus, it decreases, and not before 1. So here you can see that if I reload this now, so you can see that it's actually saved in my local storage. So the card data is actually updating real time. Okay, so now you can see that things are fine. And I guess that's it for the quantity section. So we can close this quantity section. After this quantity section, we needed to show the price. Okay, so what will be the price? Price will be very simple. Okay, so price will be very simple, a simple p tag. Okay, inside this p tag, first of all, I will say, suppose show this in dollar sign, and I want to show the sales price. Okay, sales price. So sales price will be shown if sales price exists. Okay, if sales price exists, then show the sales price. Else I'll show 0. Okay, because sometimes sales price won't be existing. Okay, so I won't be showing it. Okay, so sales price, if sales price exists, then I'll be showing sales price up to 2 decimal points. Okay, up to 2 decimal points. And I'll say that yeah, else show 0.00, but because if some bug is available, then I'll be showing 00. Okay, so let's see that if it shows price or not. So you can see right now showing the sales price, it's also showing the sales price. Okay, it's working fine. Now we also want to show the quantity. Okay, so the quantity, and sorry, I actually want to show the total. Okay, so the total will be simply sales price into the quantity. Okay, so I'll say TD, and again, so here I'll say that again create a p tag, again create a p tag, and then I'll say a dollar sign, and then I'll say inside this, first of all, the I'll say that the sales price item dot product data dot sales price into item dot quantity, and I'll just make it 2 fixed 2. Okay, so that means that they will be multiplied and it will be shown up to 2 decimal points. Okay, so now you can see that the total for this is 560 because 7 8s are 56, so it became 560. And similarly, it's 450 because 5 into 9s are 45, so 450. Okay, so now the total is working fine. and you can see, yeah, we don't need to work on that now. So after this we need to create the delete button. Okay, so we need to create the delete button. So again, I'll be creating a TD here. Okay, inside this I'll just give it a division of class name of delbtn. Okay, delete button. So here you can create a function. Okay, right now we'll be just passing a delete button icon. So in hero icons, hero icons, you'll find delete button. So delete. So here you can see that we got delete icons. So what I'll do is just copy this one. Okay, right now I'm in a mood to copy this one. Okay, so I've just copied this cross, and here I'll just paste it. Okay, here I'll paste it. After this, I will, if you want to show a text, you can, but yeah, it's fine. You can simply show this SVG. Okay, so we have this delete button, and also I want to create a function which will help me delete items. Also, so for that we can create remove item from cart. Okay, so remove item from cart, and here you can see that I have removed item from cart. Okay, so what does it require? It requires the index. Okay, so it requires the index. Whatever the index we are trying to delete will be shared here. Okay, so you can right now give it an alert of index. Okay, right now I'm just giving it an alert. And here you need to call this whenever you click the delete button. Okay, so you can say that on click, call the remove item from cart function with that index. Okay, just pass the index from here and it will be sent to this function, and right now we are just giving it as an alert. Okay, so let's see that if it's working or not. So you can see that, yeah, we have this delete button. Okay, so now we are going to style this. You can see that everything is completed in this cart container. Okay, in this cart container. So for that I'll be first of all visiting this uh cart folder. Okay, in cart folder I'll be creating a CSS named as CartContainer dot CSS. Okay, so why am I creating so much CSS files for this? Because it's easy to look into such large CSS in separate files. Okay, so because in one file if I could have created the CSS very easily, but that would be very confusing for me and you also in future if we try to make it responsive. Okay, so in the dot cart container, so you can see that we have cart container. So I'll just copy this and I'll say that my cart container will be having the same styling with width 80% and max width of 1200 pixel, and some background color and box shadow and some margin. Okay, so you'll see that my cart container, it's something like this. Okay, it's something like this. All right. So, I guess what else do we need is we need to target the table. Okay, so we need to target the table. But before targeting the table, I'll say my image. My image is inside the image is actually inside the TR of table. So I've just given it a width of 50 and height of 50, object fit cover. So it will become smaller now. Actually, it's not happening because of the CSS. So you need to import the CSS also. Okay, so I'll just import cart container dot css. Okay, that's it. Now it will work. So now you can see that we got the border also, and also the size also got decreased. Okay, so it's fine. Now after this we can work peacefully because now the image is too small, so we can work peacefully. So first of all, I'll say that the table will be taking 100% and border collapse will be collapse. Okay, then I'll say that the item will be having some border bottom because to get some separation. So the table dot cart item row. So what is cart item row? So I guess I haven't given it a class. So here you can see that, yeah, I've given it a class. So each row of cart item, each row of cart item you can see here is actually inside this. Okay, so I am actually targeting this. I have said that it will have some border bottom. Okay, it will have some border bottom. So here you can see that it has some border bottom now. Okay, so you can see it's working fine. So after this, what else do we need is we'll say that the headings will be having the color of color 3. Okay, so the heading will be having of uh okay, right now it didn't take the color. Okay, fine. Okay, guys, we can actually remove this. We don't need this now then. Okay, fine. So now what else do we need is we need to target the TD of the cart item row, and I want the same stylings for each. So I'll say each will have some padding from top and bottom, and text align will be the left side, and font size will be something like this. Okay, so let's see that what happens here is text is actually in the left side, and we need more about this. So yeah, in the card container we have this. Okay, so now we'll be saying that the card product will be having width of 300 pixel. Okay, so the card product will be having a width of 300 pixel, and the cursor will be pointed and things will be in center, so it will be having 300 pixel of width. Okay, so what else do we need is we need to target the quantity container. I will give it maximum width of 100 pixel. Okay, so it will take maximum width of 100 pixel this quantity container. And I want one more thing. I want my button to be of width and height 30 pixel and some background color of green and border of this much. Okay, so now you'll be able to see these button with this styling. Okay, fine. Now after this, I'll say my span tag, that means the quantity has the value will be styled something like this. Okay, so I am actually passing it again and again, the copying, pasting the CSS again and again because uh, it's very easy. I guess we are doing this in the whole project. Okay, so I think I must not waste your time by writing things one line by line. Okay, you are able to judge things very easily. But yeah, I'll just take you to this page again if you want. So after this, you can see that I've given this span of width of 30 pixel and some border and some border radius and some background color and then text color as light gray. So I'll just make it again. Green. Okay, so this will be the green color, font size 16 pixel and font width 700, text line will be center. So now you can see that the text color is this, and if I increase the quantity, you can see that we are getting the real time changes. Okay, so that's the benefit because in any change we are calling the card data again. Okay, card data again. That's the benefit, and now you can see that it's working fine. Okay, so after this, we need to target the delete button. So for delete button, we have given the class DL button, and I've given it a width of height of 30 and 30 and font size of 16 pixel and color of green. Okay, so I'll just see that if it works. So you can see that I've given it a margin of this. So you can see that if I click on this, this is the 0th index. If I click on this, this is the first index. Okay, so again after this, we have actually passed a subtotal. Okay, let's see. Okay guys, so what I'll do is I guess this is looking fine. We don't need to worry about this. But if you still want to change this, I'll say that the right one. So dot card container dot right will be something like this. Okay, font weight will be around 600. Okay, and color will be font size will be something like this. Color will be second one. That means the dark gray. Okay, similarly, I'll say that dot cart container dot left one. Okay, so left one will be having some other color. Okay, so I'll be choosing COL1 for this. Okay, so let's see. So here you can see that yeah, it's looking something like this. So you can definitely play with it. And I want some 300 for this. So you can see that now, yeah, it's fine. Now it's fine. And what else can I do is I actually should pass, yeah, here we should pass dollar sign. Okay, so dollars and again dollars and again the dollar sign, and again the dollar sign. Okay, that's it. That's it, guys. So now you can see very clearly that yeah, the price is here, and one more thing is the subtotal one. So dollar sign. Okay, so dollar sign is here. So now you can see that yeah, price is here. So at last, we need one more thing. We need one more thing, that is this remove functionality. This remove functionality. So how can we build this remove functionality? It can be done very easily, but yeah, right now we need to look into one more thing, that in the cart item row, as you can see that the cart product has this p tag, but it's not actually. So it's actually having some space. So I'll say that the cart product in the cart container, have I targeted the cart product? So here I have targeted the card product. Okay, so I'll say that my P tag won't be having any margin. Okay, my P tag will be having no margin, and also no padding as 0 pixel. Okay, it's actually happening because of bootstrap, but now you can see that this is gone. This is gone. So you can see that the items are in a, you can say that the items are now properly aligned, and yeah, things are looking fine. Things are looking fine. So now what else do we need is the remove functionality. The remove functionality. So how can we do that? So for the remove functionality, we need to go to the remove section. Remove section. Okay, so here, if I have the index, I'll say that in the card section, if I have the index, I'll simply call one logic. I'll simply call one object or logic. So I'll simply say that let, first of all, I'll say temp equals the card data. Okay, card data will be the temporary data initially. And I'll just say that uh, remove that index. Okay, remove that index. So for that, you can do one thing, temp dot splice, and remove that index, and only one index. Okay, so one item after this index, that means that index will be removed. Okay, so that's it. And now if I save this data, so I'll just first set it to card data as this new temporary data. Okay, so card data will be updated, and also we need to update it in local storage. So I've updated it in local storage as similar as the buttons. So similarly we did for the buttons, and similar is for this delete item. Okay, so the item will be removed, and then we can again call this function get cart items from local storage. Okay, so that we will get the real-time changes. Suppose if I delete this one, so you can see product 2 is gone. If I delete this one, product 1 is gone, and now you can see that your cart is empty, is looking something like this. Okay, so you can see that the logic is working fine, and we actually want to target this also. We actually need to target this also, like if the cart is empty. Okay, so we need to target the empty cart now. So in the CSS part, I'll say that if the cart is empty, if the cart is empty, first of all, I want things in center. So I'll say my items will be display flex, everything will be in center. So you can see that yeah, it's fine. And now what else do we need is inside this we'll be having a p tag. So I want it to have some light gray color. Okay, so light gray color and font size of 20 pixels, and margin padding as 0 0. Okay, so you can see that your cart is empty, something like this. You could have also shown an icon if you want, and I'll just show an icon. Okay, just a minute. I'll just show an icon. So here you can see that if it's empty, it will show your cart is empty. So I'll do one more thing. I'll be showing an icon. Okay, I'll be showing an icon. So here you can go to the cart. Okay, so here you can go to the card and you can copy this. You can copy this. Uh, I'll just copy this one. Okay, I'll just copy this one, and I'll be pasting it here. Okay, that's it. So here I'll say that inside the empty card, first of all, I want things in column, flex direction column. So I want the icon and then the text. Okay, so now again here you can see that yeah, your card is empty, something like this. So what I'll do is inside this, if we have any SVG, I'll say that its maximum width will be 100 pixel, and its color will be something like this. And also I'll change it color to back to this. and also its size to 300. Okay, font weight to 300. So you can see that now it's fine. Now it's fine. So after this, you can see that if I don't have anything, it will simply show your cart is empty. And if and one more thing is actually required. If a cart is empty, I actually want to reload this. Okay, I actually want to reload this. So I'll do one thing. Like in the cart section, in the product section, actually, I actually updated the nav bar. You must have known that in the last videos, I have updated the nav bar whenever I add an item to cart. So let's visit the product page. So in the product page here, you can see as soon as I add this to card, uh, I actually called this. Okay, so basically this is the reload navbar hook which we have created so that we can reload navbar whenever we want. Okay, so I guess this was it. Okay, so just copy this again and in the cart we'll simply use this again. Okay, we'll simply use this again. So I'll simply say whenever there is an removal from cart, that means there is some change. Okay, there is some change. So I'll simply call this. So I'll say that one more thing, here you can see that in navbar it is called. So I'll just copy this and if in container you can see I haven't called in it in cart. So I've called this in cart and it will actually take this from here. Okay, so I'll say whenever I remove an item from cart, I actually want to reload the navbar. So I'll simply say set reload navbar and this as whatever the value. If it was true, now it will become false. If it was false, it will become true. So whenever there is a change in it, I have called navbar function for like I have called get item function. You can see that whenever there is a change in reload navbar, I've called the get card total item. So that's the benefit of this. And one more thing, I can also call this again. I can also call this again where I can actually call this whenever I change the quantity. Okay, whenever I change the quantity. So how can we do that? Here you can see that we have done the same for quantity. This is the quantity section. Okay, so I'll say whenever I get this, I'll again reload this. Okay, reload is important. And once more, I'll be okay. Instead of this, we can do actually one thing. Okay, we can do one thing. You can remove this and you can directly add this to get cart items from local storage. Okay, so get cart items from local storage, and here I'll be just pasting it. Okay, and again I'll be pasting it. Okay, so let's see that if it works or not. So right now it's zero, right? It's zero. Suppose if I add items, and let me just close this terminal now, and here you can see that in the carts in the home page, suppose if I add this item. Okay, if I add this item, if I click add to cart, so it's added to cart. You can see that it's added to cart. Suppose if I add this item also. Okay, add to cart, so it's also added to cart. Now you can see 11 items are here, and here you can see that we have 4 and 7, that is 11. The calculation is totally correct. And just see the magic. Right now it's 11. If I delete this, you can see now it's 7. Okay, if I remove one, now it's 6. Now if I remove one, now it's 5. So you can see that the above is also real time. That's the benefit of using my kind of logics, because my kind of logics are very easy and nobody will tell you these kind of logics in such a better way. Okay, so you can use these logics to bring real-time changes in any component as in respective to any page. Okay, so I hope you understood this. And by the way, we haven't used anything like Redux or Recoil. Without that, we got these kind of real-time changes. So you can achieve those by using Redux and Recoil also. But yeah, this is a very great approach which I use today. Okay, so I hope you understood this section, and this section is actually complete, and you can see that everything is real time. Everything is real time. All right, so I hope you understood this. If I clear this, it will also become 0 and it will say your card is empty and I won't be able to move forward. Okay, so again, if I talk about this logic, right now we won't be working on this logic much, that if we are able to move forward or not, but we can actually do one more thing. I'll just copy this, and in the progress bar, I'll simply say that Yeah, if check login is true and card data dot length is also greater than 0, then only the activeness will change for any section. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do the same for this. Okay, and I'll do the same for, okay, I'll just select everywhere where I have done this. Okay, it won't be working. Okay, so I'll just simply paste it here again, and again I will paste it here, and again I'll paste it here. So you are understanding the logic. If the card data is empty, that means I won't be able to move forward. Okay, so I guess this is the fourth one, so I don't need to put that. But yeah, okay, so let's put that. Okay, let it be. So let's put that. Okay, so now you won't be able to move forward if your card data is empty. So if I click on this, I won't be able to move forward. You can see if I'm clicking on this, I am not able to move forward because my card data is empty. Okay, so now you must have got the logic. And suppose if I add some quantities, suppose if I add this, add to cart, and again add to cart. So that's it. Now you can see that we have this, and yeah, it's working fine. So I can increase the quantity, and you can see it's working fine. If I try to move forward, I am able to move forward because cart items are available. Okay, if I delete this, and if I move forward, I'm not able to move forward. Okay, so it's working fine. The logic is very good now. Okay, so I hope you understood this video. I'll just upload this source code on GitHub, and then we can end this session. So git add, git commit, or git push. Okay, so I think the source code is updated. Okay, so you can see that I have uploaded the source code on GitHub, and let me just close this and I will take you to my uh, GitHub profile. So you just have to type github.com/virajj014 in your browser, and it will take you to my GitHub profile. Okay, so you can follow me here, and in the repository section you can see that right now we have uploaded fit grocery, so you can check out this repository, and the all source code, the full source code is available here. Okay, so the first section of cart is now completed, and in the next videos we'll be actually covering the next section. That means this section, payment section and confirmation section. Okay, so the next video will be the last video for this shipping, payment and confirmation section. All right, so I hope you got this today. And one more thing, in the description you will find a link of a course provided by Geeks for Geeks. That's a full stack development course. So if you want to learn more advanced stuff like this and with the backend, so you can check out that course. That's a premium course, and you have to purchase it if you want some advanced stuff. And that's a very great course, by the way. Like if you want something in a single course, okay, the full course, and you can say that it is a complete course, and you can say that yeah, it's still advanced level, so you can purchase that course if you want. Okay, so I hope you understood this, and if you have any doubts, you can definitely ask me. You can message me on Instagram at the rate Harshal_3011 is my username. You can message me there. Okay, so that's it for today, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, see you, have a good day. Bye bye.